Welcome to America Reads Fun and Easy Learning Activities, where college students work together to create learning activities that are fun and effective for kids. In today's activity, we will be writing, reading, and evaluating expressions in which letters stand for numbers. And I, Viridiana Rodriguez, will be walking you through this activity. In this activity, we have to solve for our variables. What is a variable? This little guy that you see here is a variable. A variable is, sometimes you will actually see a Y instead, or sometimes you'll see an A. A variable is just a letter that's sort of just swimming around with the rest of the numbers. So sometimes you'll see something like this, or sometimes you'll see something like this. But whatever letter you see, these are always going to be variables. No matter how many letters you see or where you see the letter, sometimes you can see the letter here, or you'll see the letter here. And then sometimes some equations will actually have more than one variable. So as you see here, we have 5x plus 5 equals 10y. So that is possible. You can actually solve for more than one variable, but in today's activity, we will only be solving for one. So here we have an equation that I will walk you through and help you solve. And you can see here that our variable is a y. So I showed you an example of that, but now we're actually going to solve it. So the first step to solving equations like this is getting rid of any, we're always trying to get our variable by itself. That is the goal here. How are we gonna do that? You can see that this number here is paired with this one. So since this one doesn't have a variable, we can go ahead and get rid of it. And we're gonna do that by subtracting it to both sides. So in order to get rid of it on this side, we have to subtract it on both sides. So we're gonna do -2 here and -2 here. This leaves us with a 0, therefore it cancels out. So what we have left is 2y equals 10 minus 2, which gives us 8. Now you can see that we still have a number here next to our y, and we don't really want that. We want to get rid of that in order to have our y by itself. And in order to do that, we actually have to divide this time, because this is basically multiplying since they're together. So we're gonna go ahead and divide 2 on this side and divide 2 on this side. So then this cancels out because it gives us a 0, right? So now we have our y by itself here, and 8 divided by 2 gives us 4. Therefore, our y is equal to 4. And if you ever want to check your answer, I will show you how to do that right below here. So since you found the solution to your y, we can actually plug that in and see if it gives us 10, right? So our equation is 2y plus 2 equals 10. So we're actually going to plug in our y, which we got 4. We can go ahead and put that one in parentheses here. Plus 2 equals 10. So 4 times 2 gives us 8, plus 2 gives us 10. So 10 equals 10. It is correct. Here we have an equation that's a little bit different because we actually have 2 x's, as you can see. And it's actually pretty simple how to just turn that into 1x. Always keep in mind that when you see an equation with either 2 x's or 2 y's or 2 a's, but they are the same variable, you can actually go ahead and add those 2 numbers. So since the 2 and the 3 have the same variable, you can just go ahead and add those. So 2 plus 3 equals 5x. So then we have, you could just copy down the rest of your equation, which would be plus 10 equals 15. Now we're gonna use the same methods that we've used in previous problems that I did here. And now we have to get our 5x by itself, right? So we have to get rid of the 10. And in order to do that, since we're adding 10, we have to subtract 10 to both sides. So then we would do minus 10, minus 10. Now this would give us a 0, which means that we cancel it out. And we will be left with 5x equals 15 minus 10 equals 5. That's an easy one. So then in order to get rid of our 5 on this side and have our x by itself, we have to divide. So we would divide 5 here and 5 here. This gives us a 0, which means that we just have our x by itself. And how many times does 5 fit into 5? 1 time, so that is our answer. Thank you for learning with me today. Please comment if you have any questions, like and subscribe to our channel, and we'll be back with tons of new fun activities.